I'm talking to the men. I'm talking to the soon-to-be men. The boys hungry for guidance on what a man should look like when no one is watching. Boys who want to be better to their children than their fathers were to them. I'm talking to the young men, the ones evading God's grace because they're afraid they have gone too far. Men who feel unforgivable for the thoughts they have nurtured in the dark and the desires they were too afraid to confront. I'm talking to the older men, men who showed up but feel late, who cling to traditions they no longer remember the purpose of, men who think they could have been mighty if they had only learned while they were still young. I'm talking to the skeptical men, men who are so afraid of being fooled that they reject all things that cannot be proven, forfeiting anything of substance, because hope and love are dangerous, but the choice to abandon it has left them empty. I'm talking to the churchmen, the men who have taken up a banner of hate by mistake, who thought they were fighting for God, only to discover their swords swing for the wrong kingdom. Men who were trained by the pulpit to fight for Caesar, while the war for hearts went unattended. I'm talking to the passive men, men committing the sin of omission, knowing what is right and choosing nothing anyway, calling avoidance wisdom and silence peace. Now, hear me. This world does not need louder men. It's already drowning in noise. It needs men who stay, who stand, men who take steps forward. But how can you be that man? You are exhausted. You have tried before, and your good intentions were not enough. You are not weak. You were made to be powerful, but you are disconnected from the source. You were built for more, but sitting idle. Men have been trying to become godly without God, grinding, white-knuckling, outworking emptiness, calling effort faith. And when it fails, we turn inward and say, if I were stronger, this would work. I know that place. I have lived there. I have told myself that lie for years. That cycle was broken when I listened to the conviction, gently knocking on my heart. God pointed out that my prayers had conditions. God, help me, but not there. God, guide me, but don't touch that. Strengthen me, but let me keep my comforts. Because I knew if I genuinely asked God to make me the man He wanted, He would take things I was holding on to, things I liked, things I hid behind, things I justified. Knowing this, I prayed anyway. I surrendered everything. It was not dramatic. It was not loud. It was not public. It was just honest. And God began a good work. But hear this clearly. Effort did not come first. It was obedience. Better than sacrifice. Better than control. So here is the question that matters. What is your step of obedience? It may feel easier to keep climbing back on the horse yourself, but I tell you the truth. There is a heavy cost to an unsurrendered man. His sons inherit confusion because they do not know which voice to trust. His daughters inherit vulnerability because they risk their hearts on men as broken as their father. Women inherit overwhelm because they carry more than God intended them to bear. And men inherit loneliness because they believe their struggle is unique. So now, men, hear God's call. Do not try harder. Instead, in this very moment, pray the prayer that has been knocking at your heart. God, shine your light in my darkness, whatever it costs. Open my ears to hear your voice, and give me the courage to obey. Because when God's light shines, some things will burn, but what remains will finally be solid. So stand and become the man your children, your partner, your world, and your God are already waiting for. The men we need.